Good morning, dignitaries. Welcome to Kashmir. My name is Shashank Shekhar, and I am a student of National Institute of Technology, Srinagar. Sir, I am not a resident of this place. I am not a native of Jammu and Kashmir state. But then I do notice a lot of brain drain from here. People from IT sector, they are immensely talented, but they leave this place. They go outside to find good jobs. Of course, they do find those good jobs outside. They earn respect there, they earn good money, but eventually they want to return to their homeland, their motherland. So when they come here, when they return, no big IT company is waiting for them. They get underemployed here. In this regard, sir, I would like to make a suggestion to establish a better software technology park in the beautiful, God-blessed Kashmir Valley. Sir, Mr. Gandhi and Mr. Tata, can I have your view? Thank you, sir.
You know, I don't think I should make idle promises. I think what we should do is certainly look at each of the suggestions you've made, convert them into viable and workable projects. There's nothing worse than to have a dead project. The project must make sense. It must attract the kind of purpose that it is meant to have when conceived. So the only promise I make to you is that we will undertake to study this, with the university work towards making such an initiative viable, and if so, in fact, indulge in it, so that what you say very truthfully and very realistically is in fact a void when you return can be met. It will need an environment that will foster this. And I think, as Mr. Gandhi said, it takes both hands to clap, and the feeling that the industry may have, which I hope will be dispelled in the course of time, must also be recipient to the kind of efforts that we are making. And I think it'll go very far on that basis. And thank you again for that suggestion.
See, I'll be a little blunt. And as I was mentioning to the gentleman sitting on the stage, business people are after business. They will only go to places where they get business. And in order to get business, one of the first things they will tell you is you need stability and you need trust. This discussion, and the reason I have brought them here, and the reason I will keep coming back here, is because we need to develop a long-term relationship of trust. The moment the long-term relationship of trust exists, moment trust exists, you will find things will start to move. And I agree with Mr. Tata. The idea is not to set up concepts or projects that will fail. The idea is to set up projects that will succeed. And I want them to be blunt with you about what they think will not work and what they think will work. What I want to impress is that this is a journey. It is a journey of all of us. And we will have to work together to say, okay, this is working, this is not working. Let's leave this, let us do this. Let us start this discussion, let us make it a deep discussion. Second time I'm coming here, you are as bright as any other students I've come across. I've been to a huge number of universities in this country. I've been to BITS Pilani, and there is no difference between the students here and there. You are missing out on the opportunity because of the environment here and the lack of trust. Let us work to build that. And you will see the results will start to come.
Next question from this side. Yeah, lady over there. Shah Nazir from Business School. J&K has attracted 6,500 crores from last 4.5 years. Investment in Kashmir is 6,500 crores. And as considering the GDP contribution from J&K, it's just 1%. So opportunities are there. Literacy rate is 68%. That means human resources there. Investment opportunities are there. As a business student, I believe it's a good market to invest. So if big tycoons like you invest here, it's got to be profitable. The already existing many organizations have invested, like HDFC, it's doing profitably in Kashmir. So why not some others? And I remember some statement from Mr. Reddy saying that Team Lease concentrates on nurturing the people below them. So this time we want you people to nurture our state, so that if today we are contributing 1% to the GDP, tomorrow it will be many folds. We want economic development in Kashmir, because we want economic stability in Kashmir rather. We want to ask for scholarships, fellowships, affiliations with the universities. Maybe it's much more I'm asking for, but I know that the people standing on the dais are people who are transformational leaders, who have attracted foreign investments. Now, a revenue of Tata Group is 65% from foreign investments rather than from domestic investments. So I ask, why aren't they investing here? I ask the leaders there sitting, not the industrialists sitting there. Thank you, sir.
So I'd like to say that we have a couple of investments here. We have Ultratech cement is used quite extensively. In fact, the new channel that is being built, that's being inaugurated, 80% of the cement that's been used is that of Ultratech. We are also talking actively about taking over a cement unit that exists here today and then expanding that if we can take it over. We also have a mobile service by the name of Idea. आप में से कोई Idea subscribers हैं? Okay, are you happy? I hope you're happy subscribers. So we are looking at doing different things, and now that the whole environment is so different, I think that it's much more conducive for us to come in and make investments. Just like Rahul was saying, I completely endorse that. Rahul ji bata rahe the ki you need conducive environment, stability for industry to come in. तो अब जो ये stability हम देख रहे हैं यहाँ 2 साल से, so there'll be much more investment that I think we will make into Kashmir now.
Well, now we have been asking questions where we have been asking for scholarship. Is there someone who has something to discuss with them? So you have to ask something for them. Is there someone? Okay.
Warm greetings to everyone present. I'm Umar Imtiaz from Business School. So I have been hearing the gentlemen over there a discussion regarding what they are giving us. I have a simple question to ask. Being a business student, I know that there are so many opportunities in the market over here. We can see that the telecom sector has improved over here. We can see that the industries regarding to the finance has really worked well over here. So apart from this, we have got tourism industries, lot more horticulture, and many more. I can say a number of the industries. But ultimately is the opportunity given to us. We can't tag everything to the stability over here. I want to just ask what is back of my head, a simple question. Is it other than the stability that is the main reason? Is it the lack of the resources, or is the inadequate infrastructure, or the absence of the economic policy in the state? That's the major concern. Thank you.
Actually, it is only stability, and you see whatever growth has happened in the recent years. And if the stability continues, if peace continues in the valley, you will see many more businesses come up. You know, one of the biggest disappointments we have in the sector is that the credit deposit ratio, you being a business student, is the lowest in Jammu and Kashmir. All India, the average is 75, which means if you get 100 rupees deposit, you give 75 back as loans in that part, in that area, in that state. Kashmir's rate is only 40% all India. So if you collect 100 rupees from savers across the room, only 40 is given back as loans to start your businesses or loans to the people of Kashmir. So the credit deposit ratio is skewed in India, is skewed in your state, and we need to build that up. And if you have business opportunities, we can lend money to these small entrepreneurs who are starting new businesses. But businesses from outside will also come when stability comes. If the stability continues, that is what we have to ensure. Because for a long period of time, it was a troubled state and people were reluctant to come. I must tell you that we employ about 1,000 people in Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. And during the difficult days, our ATMs were kept open by all you people, the staff who works for HDFC. Despite such difficult times, we ensured that the money was put in the ATM, so facilities were available for withdrawal from the Kashmiri accounts, clients of ours. So the people are doing excellent work for us in Kashmir. And if stability is there, we can even double, triple our operations over a period of time.
I think we have a question from this side.
May I just add a little bit with a little difference to what Mr. Pareikh said? To some extent, I think industry has not invested here, partly due to ignorance. It's not just instability. And I believe that instability comes from, in part, from the lack of prosperity. When there's prosperity, there's usually less instability. What I'd like to say today is something quite perhaps different. If you look at the United States through the 70s, what really made the United States grow? It was the startup companies, the small companies where intellectual capital existed, where ideas existed. And I'm making a statement that those intellects and those minds, etc., exist here. Perhaps one of the things that might be done is use the university as did MIT and Stanford, where students had an idea, they put their idea before basically the university or their college. MIT or Stanford took a stake in that new startup business, attracted venture capitalists. In this case, it would be other industries from India or funds from India. And we look at fostering startup companies based on ideas by Kashmiris that people would vet and consider and bring investment to these homegrown businesses, in addition to everything else we've talked about. But I think that would give the initiative and the incentive to you as young people to do something. And I think it's for us as industry to encourage that. Out of those startups have come Intel, Microsoft, Apple. So those could be the kinds of success stories that we could look at in the Valley. And it would take your initiative and your innovation, supported by industry that looks at those kind of sparks to spark the economy. So might I suggest that we should encourage in the university receipt of such startup things and create a forum that could look at this, that the university could project, such as MIT and Stanford have done so successfully over time.
Okay, definitely like to do whatever is the suggestion, and I will be in touch with all of you and see how the university and the state goes with these developments.